shoulder because I can't really see it.
Okay, you're on. Okay, Jerry, you're up.
All right, welcome in. Congratulations.
Thanks.
First of all, on the fight.
Appreciate it.
Did he give you a little more than you expected? I thought the way you pointed to him at the end, maybe you think that maybe he did.
Yeah, I mean, look, the guy was tough. I'm known as a very heavy-handed light heavyweight, and he's known as a reggaeton superstar, street fighter, whatever you want to call him. But to take those shots to the body, man, he was brave. So I had to show him respect. At the end of the day, anything that happened before the fight, after the fight, we're both pugilists, and you got to respect each other. You know, it's boxing.
All right, our first question is coming from Donna Corby. Donna?
Joe, I was very critical of this fight going into it. I thought that there was a possibility that that someone, namely Reykon, could get very badly hurt. Did you feel that you kind of had to protect him in there?
No, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've been out in the ring for 4 years, so it would be no different.
Oh, come on. He's never fought before, though.
Like I said, I've been out in the ring for 4 years, and it'd be no different to a journeyman that is just trying to kind of compete. So he put on a great performance. At the end of the day, I was ranked number 10 before I took my little break, so in the world by the WBA. So for him to get it 2 rounds, it means he was okay to be in the ring, right?
I suppose. I mean, if you really put it on him, he wouldn't have lasted, 30 seconds?
And if my aunt has a penis, she'd be my uncle.
Last one from me. Could you tell us how you and Julia Rose got in touch and how she ended up in your corner tonight?
She's an incredible entrepreneur and someone that I have a lot of respect for. And we connected through mutual acquaintances, and I thought she'd be the right person to motivate me. And she's done an incredible job in the corner, and I'm super excited to have her in my corner for the next fight.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks.
Thank you, Donna. Next up is Jeremy York.
Joe, congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
You know, you've been in quite a few industries, quite a few ventures here. Obviously, the fitness industry that did you well, the nightclub industry, a lot of other things we can read off of Wikipedia. Is the fight? Are you wanting to get into more fights, or is there a different animal you want to attack now?
No, absolutely. I want to be. I love this Triller Fight Club. I think it's the future. I love the company. I love the organization, and I love what they're creating. So to be a part of it, I feel is a real blessing to me. And I want to be on every fight club there is. I want to be part of Fight Club. I'm the Fight Club champion today. They gave me this beautiful belt. So I want to be out June, July, whenever they have one. I want to be there.
Well, because in a way, Triller is kind of a combination of a lot of different avenues you've been into. I know it's really early. You just got the win, but I mean, is there somebody out there, maybe a name you want to throw out, or any particular fight you may be looking for?
Well, I just bumped into Diplo, who is a great guy, great DJ on the way out. And I said, hey, man, you know, we worked out before in Miami. You're on the June show. He's like, yeah, if I can get an opponent. I'm like, well, listen, if you can't find someone, I'm willing to go. So that'd be great to fight in Miami Beach, right? Kind of where's my hometown. And if not, there's another show in July, Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, who doesn't want to fight on the same show as Oscar, the legend? So both of those are opportunities and chances. And I don't mind who they put in front of me. And I'm just here for like I said, to tell my grandkids stories and to make my mother proud.
Well, I think you're definitely doing both those things. So good luck to you going forward. And thanks again for the time.
Thank you.
Great. Next up is Gabriel Gonzalez.
Hello, Joe. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, Joe, congratulations on the win. I just want to know, going forward, are you cool if Raycon's music comes up? Are you cool if he maybe performs at your next Triller fight? Is everything all good with you and Reykon?
Listen, me and Reykon now, we've squashed any beef we ever had, and I have so much respect for that guy. I'm going to go download every one of his albums, his songs from Apple iTunes, and that's going to be all I listen to for the next 6 months.
Who do you got at the end of the night, Jake or Ben?
I'd like Ben to win from who I prefer and who I think can kind of, you know, who I want to win. But Logan's little brother, if he wins, it means I might get to fight him. So let's see.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats again.
Thank you, Gabriel.
All right. Next up is Boxing Social.
Ames here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. How are you doing, Joe? You okay?
Yeah, I love the beard, mate.
Thank you. Love yours too. Joe, you're 38, which generally for a fighter means that this is the tail end of their career or they've been retired for a period of time. Did you feel any bit slower or like in training? Did you feel that age at all?
Definitely in training, I felt like, it takes an extra day or two recovery. Now I know when I was 21, people would say, ice your knees. But when you get a good team around you and you train in a warmer climate like I do down in Miami, it definitely makes it easier. Trust me, I'd rather be 25. But at 38, I feel like I punch way harder. Like today, I was throwing, and then the shots were just coming out super smooth and heavy. And I think a bit more experience. I didn't really get any butterflies. I was quite calm around the whole event. And I think that older head on your shoulders, how to prepare, how to stay focused, and how to manage the media and everything around it. I think I'm better at it now. So actually, it's a bit of a blessing. Manny Pacquiao's still going, so why can't I?
You've been paid,
by the way, but you know what I'm saying.
You've been paid a lot of money for a fight that most, if not all, light heavyweights with a similar record wouldn't be anywhere near pay-wise. You ranked with the WBA at one stage. Do you want to pursue a belt? These type of fights where you get paid like you do tonight?
The pay didn't cover my private jet to America and back, so it wasn't that much money, to be honest with you, relatively to my life. But thank you. I would like to stay fighting exciting fights on big stages so I can make memories and let my mother be proud of me and have a bunch of pictures on the wall and show my grandkids what granddad did one day. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not really about money. It's about memories and enjoyment value.
It seemed the way the fight was going, Joe, that if the fight wasn't stopped in the corner there, you were going to set it up for really what would have been a brutal knockout. Would you have liked to have got that knockout, or do you think the fight was stopped at the right time?
Look, I mean, I had a showcase knockdown, and I wasn't. My goal today was to get the rust off. I wasn't thinking about, let me hurt this guy, let me, do anything special. It was just, let me get my eyes back, let me be under the lights. So no, I think I'm super happy about how today went. I wouldn't have changed it in any way. I like the way my body shots came off. I like the way that my eyes were there straight away. I mean, he's pretty basic, to be fair. It wasn't like I was in the ring with Canelo. But at the end of the day, it's still a grown-ass man throwing punches at your head. So you still got to be able to defend yourself. I just was happy with my performance. My jab was snappy. My head movement was good. And, it was getting the rust off, exactly what we needed. 4 years out, 38 years old. It's a nice fight.
It seemed evident pretty quickly, and I think you picked up on it as well. Like Reykon didn't really have the tools to compete with you in the ring. Did you feel like you maybe wanted to pull back a bit, or a bit of responsibility not to hurt him too much?
I definitely didn't go out there trying to kill the guy. After, I definitely targeted the body and pushed the pressure a little bit more in the second round. But at the end of the day, I said I was going to do that a month ago. That was always the plan. Could I have been more aggressive in the first round? Maybe, but how does that help me? Do you know what I mean? I wanted the ring time myself. So no, I feel like Reykon did a good account of himself. At one point he hit me with a stiff jab, and he hit me with that jab, and so he's obviously been training. If I was Reykon, I'd be super proud of myself,
Finally, from myself, you've mentioned Jake Paul. You mentioned Oscar De La Hoya. In an ideal world, who would you like?
Jake Paul.
All the best, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next up is Fred Rashani.
Hey, congrats on the win. Just a quick one for me. What advice do you have for guys in their 30s who are looking to get into boxing? Because you're obviously somebody that doesn't have to do it, but you do love to do it.
Well, the first thing is to get a plane ticket and fly to Miami Beach and go down to the Fifth Street Gym and train down there, because it's the best atmosphere. It's so much fun. And if I had never walked into that gym, I wouldn't be a professional boxer today. So go down to your gym and have fun. That's the main thing. Don't try and be a hero. It's taken me a long time to get here. People see me today and see, oh man, you're outclassed this guy. But it was only 10 years ago I walked into a gym the same way. So if you just get your head down and focus and work hard and give yourself little targets and find a coach that believes in you, like I did in Dino Spencer. I was way better looking before I started boxing. I shouldn't have listened to him.
All right. Thanks very much. Congratulations, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Right in front of the camera. Cool. There we go. Jerry, can you hear us?
Yes. Hey, Frank.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? How do you feel?
I'm good. Obviously, I mean, look, you want to win them all, but I'm somewhat happy with the performance. I got to go back and look at the video. I think just maybe a lot to pick on for the first fight, having a guy who's experienced as Cunningham. But I'm just proud of myself as far as going out there with such a savvy, fast guy that's, he's been in there with world champs, he's a world champ himself, and then trying to go out there and score shots on him.
What were you able to do to help make this fight go the distance?
I think I don't know what I did to make it go the distance. Just obviously getting hit with 10-ounce gloves are not as bad as 4-ounce gloves. So, the shots I took, nothing ever really felt like an MMA fight as far as wobbling me. But obviously, shots landed to score points. And so I think just my entrances are too much explode, jump in and grab people, which work great for MMA. I see now that that's harder to pull off in boxing, because even when you land the one shot, I clinch afterwards and look for knees and body work and takedowns. So I'm happy that if I could come in and catch Cunningham with a shot, when I go back to MMA, that conversion will do me well. So I think as far as building up my MMA striking, this an A+. As far as trying to do the things that I've been trying to train myself to do, those more boxing, I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't come behind triple jabs and double jabs. I kind of did the old just 1-2 and then come behind that. Which for some boxers that works, like a John Ruiz type, but I didn't make it work as well.
Great. All right. First media question coming from Donna Corby.
Frank, first off, I want to say I'm writing for an MMA outlet, and I want to say that was an incredible showing for the MMA community. Probably the best performance in a crossover fight that we have seen. Talk to me about what's next for you. Are you going to go back to Bellator? Are you going to go back to mixed martial arts? And when's the time frame for that?
Well, I have BKFC that I'm trying to get a fight in also now. And then as far as MMA, I'm not with Bellator anymore. Okay. So, I'm open to ventures there. One of my other trainers, Carl Prince, over in Manchester, we're talking about possibly doing some things over there. So just keeping my ear to the ground. Obviously, first round management, hopefully will find me something. Before I retire, I'm fighting on the same card as my daughter, which she's doing MMA. So MMA is definitely still in the future. Being a part of this Triller experience is unreal. I mean, I've been a part of some big cards in the UFC, and I have to say this might have been the most epic thing I've ever been a part of. So, see if Triller, I could do another one with them. And maybe even if they, they can add another rope at the bottom and we could do an MMA fight.
You've been hit by some of the hardest hitters with those little 4-ounce gloves in mixed martial arts. Fedor, pretty recently, Roy Nelson, Mark Hunt. The list is endless. Where does Steve Cunningham rank? Obviously, the gloves are different, but where does he rank in terms of the harder hitters you've faced?
Well, no, I mean, obviously getting hit with a 4-ounce glove compared to a 10, it's not a fair comparison. But as far as speed-wise, Cunningham was the fastest guy I've ever fought, where it was weird where I'm like, I'm used to being a pretty quick heavyweight. But still, some of the shots he was able to land from the outside and stuff, really, his head movement too. That's the one thing that I'm having the hardest thing converting over. In MMA, if we move our head the way that Cunningham moved, our feet are still there, so I can grab singles, doubles, and I can also, after throwing that first punch, if someone makes you slip that much, you can kick the leg. So many times tonight when Steve was slipping, you probably can see I'm looking down at his leg going, oh, there's a sweep, there's a chop, and I can't throw it. So that also made it kind of difficult.
All right, thank you. Next up is Jeremy York.
Finally, good to talk to you there, Frank. I'm going to echo what he said as well. I think this is one of the better performances we've seen, not only in a crossover, but I think you held up well with a world-class boxer as Cunningham.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And that's really, honestly, that took a lot of pressure off me going into this fight. I wanted to represent mixed martial arts, saying, hey, we're also very good at boxing. Obviously, it was a pretty heavy task to sit there and go, I'm going to beat a boxer in my very first fight that's a world champion who's been in those world champions in a boxing match. But honestly, and I had said this going into it, and I stand true to my words, if I had lost a 6-round decision but boxed well, that was preferable to catching Steve in the first 30 seconds. Look, I'm 275 pounds. If If I would have caught him with a shot and dropped him, I don't think I'd have proved anything. Besides the fact, like, well, you had a 70-pound weight advantage and you hit hard. That wouldn't do well for the MMA community. I feel like going out there and going all 6 rounds and showing proficiency was a better statement.
All right, next we have Gabriela Gonzalez.
Hey, Frank. First off, just to echo everyone else, great performance and great showing for the MMA community. I was wondering, can you talk to us what it was like from your standpoint waiting for it? Because over here on watching the broadcast, there was a lot of music. I mean, are you over there hearing Doja Cat and everybody in the locker room, or what was it like for you just waiting for your fight after the previous one?
It was strange, I mean, it was, like I said, this is probably the most epic thing I've ever been a part of as far as just how complex the whole apparatus was. But, Peter and Melissa Henricks did a phenomenal job doing the most that they could trying. I mean, you have production crews here, you have fight crew here, and we're all trying to intermingle. It was very interesting though. Again, like, I'm in the back sitting there lined up, ready to walk out. People are playing music videos or, I felt like something out of a movie set, to be honest with you. Like, I'm like, this isn't real. This is something that, if someone was trying to make a movie about a fight career, this is how they would depict it. And if I was watching, I'd be like, that's not realistic at all. And lo and behold, that's what we're a part of right now.
And finally, I have Boxing Social.
Ames here for Boxing Social in association with Bedford. Frank, you're very open about wanting challenges and loving challenges in life. Was your entry into boxing the challenge you expected it to be? And also, could I ask you, you weighed in 70 pounds heavier than your opponent. Do you think maybe if you came in a little bit lighter, it might have affected your performance in a better sense?
I mean, no. I feel that right now with the lifting I'm doing, my last body fat check, I was like 17% body fat. So what's best for me is to do this. And I know that might sound like a defeatist mindset. I didn't want to be good at boxing at the sacrifice of my MMA stand-up. I'm doing this to be a component of so when I fight as an MMA fighter, I'm a better MMA fighter with my hands. I've kind of done that with my jiu-jitsu. When I do jiu-jitsu matches, you don't see me use a lot of different guards that a lot of other guys will use because you can't use them in an MMA fight. I want to stick to things that I can cross over. Is that always going to put me in a deficit? Yeah. Being 275 with my strength is an asset in an MMA fight. Every time I would have clinched Cunningham in an MMA fight, my size would have been an advantage. So for me to strip down and get to 245 so that I was a faster boxer, that would have been unrealistic because then I'm not going to be able to take that with me into my MMA career. And ultimately, again, I'm like a decathlete, and I went with the sprinters. I'm not going to take away from my other events to make me a sprinting specialist because, let's face it, I'll never be the best boxer in the world. I look to be one of the most complete mixed martial artists, and that's what I was trying to prove tonight. And that's what my lifelong goal is.
Frank, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone. Next up, Steve Cunningham coming in right now. Queue up. Let me know if you've got some questions for Steve as well.
Grab a seat anywhere. On the screen? Hey, are you serious? Oh, wow. Hey, what's up?
Steve, welcome in. Congratulations.
Doing good. Here you go, John. Take this phone for me, please. Doing good.
All right.
Man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations again. First question coming up from Donna Corby.
Steve, congratulations on this great victory. Frank Mir was a whole lot harder than I think anybody expected in terms of an opponent for you.
He was surprising in areas, but like Brother Nazim would say, this ain't a new walk. It's nothing new I haven't seen. So we got in there, made the adjustments, and did what we had to do.
He was so much bigger than you. I think he came in 70 pounds heavier. Could you feel that weight in the clinch? Could you feel that and also that great grappling skill that he takes over from the mixed martial arts world when you're in close? Could you feel that the size and the grappling and everything like that?
Oh yeah, indeed. He grip you up real tight. But after like the third round, it was kind of like he was kind of like beat, and I was able to walk him backwards. But still, no, you can feel the girth. His girth was on me, so I had to lean and work, do my best, but still get some good shots in. But man, the dude is big.
Great. Thank you. Next up, Gabriel Gonzalez.
Hey, Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Steve, my first question, and I asked Frank this, what was the experience like for you backstage? Because here from watching it, there's about an hour of music that we're listening to. Are you hearing all of that while you're waiting to walk out? What was the experience for you back there?
We're watching it on the television. We kept getting told we're coming out at this time. Then it's 15 minutes later. Then it's 2 hours later. And it's like an hour later. And we're like, what? You know, we're already wrapped up, started warming up. Then the girl comes back and says, 45 minutes. And we're like, what in the world? It's different, you know, it's different because there, you know, it's entertainment. It's way more entertainment than just boxing alone, you know? So it's something that we'll take getting used to if I fight again, but, and I'll be ready for next time if I fight again with Triller. But it was a bit uncomfortable because when you're ready to rumble, you're ready to rumble.
To ask you one final one, I feel like there's sometimes a bit of this rivalry, the boxing guys versus the MMA guys. Frank coming over, I mean, what do you say about the way he represented for the MMA fighters in terms of crossing over a little bit?
No, I mean, he represented beautifully, you know, as a champion, you know, as a champion should. That's a challenge. He saw a challenge, he wanted to take it, and he did. He did that. He gave his best effort. He landed a couple good shots. Shooting the last round, he caught me with a body shot. I was like, woo, you know, he is hard. He's in good condition, and to be that big. My hat goes off to Frank, man. He's a standout guy. I love his family. Got to meet his family and talk to him. We have so many similarities in our family, and man, I got mad respect for Frank.
Next up is Jeremy York.
Good to meet you, Steve. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
I'll kind of ask it in a two-part. What goes into preparing for such an unorthodox opponent like Frank, who comes from a completely different, side of combat sports? And also, is there something on the horizons or somebody maybe you want to face off with next, whether it be Triller, whether it be any of the other forms of combat?
What goes into training for a guy like Frank? Just keeping it true to form. That I've been doing this 20 years. So. You guys, seen who I've been in the ring with. I've been in the ring with the best. I've sparred with guys from Vladimir Klitschko to Larry Donalds. It's not a new walk for me, but there was a bit of surprise, that could happen because he's an MMA guy. MMA guys throw different combos. They do different, but Frank tried to stick true to boxing as best he could, and he did a good job. I mean, but he's up there against the two-time world champion, man. And I just did what I had to do. What was that second part of the question?
Second question was, what do you see on the horizon for you? Whether it's another boxing match with Triller, or is there another project you want to dive into?
I mean, listen, I understand my position in boxing. I'm 40. I'll be 45 in a few months, and I've done it. I've got 2 world titles, USBA heavyweight title. I've been around the world. Classic fights is floating around on television, on the internet. I mean, I'm not going after any world titles anymore. If another UFC MMA guy want to come out the woodwork, or Bones Jones, anybody, they want to come out and challenge in the boxing ring, I'm here. I'm ready. We can do it on Triller. We can make it happen. Any of them.
Next up is Boxing Social.
Ames here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Steve, I don't know if you were aware, but that we, the viewers, we got to hear Oscar De La Hoya on commentary for the fight. It was very entertaining. Could you hear Oscar from the ring at all?
No, I didn't, but I did give him a nod. He's a legend, man. I love Oscar, man. He doesn't even know it.
You said in the lead up to this fight, you were treating the fight as if you were in the ring with Tyson Fury again. Did you feel that mindset helped you?
Yeah, because, I mean, excuse me, I got a little cough. That's like the spirit of Brother Nazim, If Brother Nazim was here, we would have had a hard, full, deep training camp like we was fighting for a world championship. That's the way we were brought up. Take no one light. Underestimate nobody. This, especially somebody's heavier and bigger than you in this heavyweight division. It only takes one punch. It's over. Frank Mir hits hard. I got caught a couple times. So with me having that mindset from Brother Nazim, training was intense. Training was real. Frank Mir, this is his first boxing match, but still, he's a man trying to beat me, and I can't let that happen.
How do you assess your performance in the fight? You seem to be picking shots well, but in singles for the most part, and then the combinations came later on to the fight. What do you think Frank did well to kind of stop you from, putting more of a dent in him?
I mean, he had this, like, he would rush in with his punches. So, I would try to catch him coming in. I did a few times, and he slowed him down a bit, hit his body a bit more. But what Frank, timed me up, is like in eating up some of the clock. Like, hey, woo, bro, and I mean, what else could he do? I'm ready for the world, In
comparison, you've got this win. In comparison to the rest of the career of your career, where do you rate this win?
I mean, this was a good win for me because I had 3 years off. This is my first fight in 3 years, and to tell you guys the truth, I got bronchitis. That's why I'm coughing. I was at the doctor's the other day, man, getting medicine. I have bronchitis, so but I'm like, I'm still gonna fight. Got my family here. I push. I'm a warrior. I'm a champion. And where I rank it, I mean, it's a good fight. It was good. It was good to get back in there and see me go to action. But I mean, really, let's keep it real. Frank Mir's not a boxer. He's an MMA guy, and but he did his best. So I can't rank this high, but the stage is a big one. This Triller stage is awesome.
And do you feel that pressure when it comes to, in these sort of fights, it's perceived as the boxer versus MMA fighter, and if the boxer loses, then they're going to get a lot of ridicule. So do you bear that pressure on you, and you're relieved in a sense to have got through with the win?
Heck yeah, man. Who wants to be that guy? Who wants to be that two-time world champion who Tyson Fury says is his hardest fight, amateur or pro, that loses to an MMA guy on his first fight? Nah, man, I felt that pressure the whole time. And I'm not gonna let that happen. I'd rather jump out the ring before they say that decision. Oh, hell, I'm out of here. I don't want to hear it.
And next I have Hans with Boxing Insider.
Hey Steve, how you doing? Hope my background doesn't sound too loud, does it?
Nah, you good.
All right, cool. So I know when I was talking to you, alluded to it, you were just like, there's no way in hell you're about to lose to an MMA guy or anything like that. But how do you feel about the performance? Just in terms of, do you feel that you made the boxing community proud? I know you was talking about boxing was on your back for tonight. So do you feel like you made them proud?
I think so. I mean, yeah. My plan was, it wasn't to come out here and blow him out the water and kill him. I have compassion. You know what I mean? I wanted to do what we did. Hit his body, test his body, slow him down because he's big. Catch him with some clean shots coming in because we knew after a while he was just going to have to jump in and just work the jab a little bit and just have fun. This is a huge stage. I want the world to see me again, so I didn't mind going around. It wasn't about stopping Frank Mir, you know what I mean? I know people wanted me to kill him, but no, it wasn't about stopping him. It was just about me, picking my shots and just having fun.
Steve, thank you and congratulations.
All right, thank you guys. We gone, baby.
All right. Yes. Welcome in, Regis.
Thank you.
So talk about the end there and what you thought happened and what the description was from the officials there for you.
Hopefully I got my knockout. I don't know. Is it scored a knockout? They scored a decision.
They went technical decision. They went to the cards.
Oh, come on, man. I knocked him out. I won my knockout. They better change that shit because I won my knockout. I think he acting. I was beating him every round. I was starting to catch him. And, my coach told me start to press him. I asked him, I was like, this round, should I start pressing him? And then, if you saw, I start to walk him down, I start to press him, and I was starting to get to him. I was gonna start putting the pressure on him, making my punches. I was sitting down on my punches, making them harder. And I think that's why, I hit him with that body shot, and that's why he quit.
Okay, question by Donna Corby.
Regis, have you lost a little bit of respect for Ivan, considering how he's kind of acted after you landed the shot?
Yeah, bro. Listen, bro, I saw it on the replay. If they said that the cup hit him or the way I hit him, maybe the cup rubbed him wrong. Come on, man, that's bullshit. I was starting to walk him down. I was starting to get to him, and he didn't want to be knocked out, so that's why he did that. Because I was really starting to hurt him. The previous round, the round before that, I was starting to get to him, and I hurt him, and that's why he felt that pressure coming.
Maybe it's a bit of an inappropriate time to ask this question, but the purses were released the other day. You're getting paid a substantial fee for this fight. Could you talk to me about the implications of this Triller Fight Club event promotion on fighter pay going forward?
I mean, I love it, man. I mean, it's good. I'm all for the fighters. You know, if somebody come in and pay the fighters, we bust our ass for, you know, years and years and years, and everybody, you know, they want to get paid. So I'm glad that Triller is putting these type of fights on, and it's a whole performance, and I'm happy with it.
Next up, Boxing Social.
Names here for Boxing Social in association with Brentford. Regis, during that time where Ivan was down and on the floor, you seemed quite calm and collected from the shots we saw of you. But what was going through your mind when you saw Ivan on the floor?
I mean, at first I didn't know, you know, and I was talking to the people ringside, and some people, his wife was cursing me out, and she was saying, "Oh, fuck you," and all that. Man, come on, the shot wasn't low. I know it wasn't low. I never throw shot. I never even in sparring, I'm a clean fighter. I always hit people. I never hit nobody low, you know, no matter what. So, I mean, what was going through my mind was I thought he was quitting, and that's exactly what he did. He quit the fight.
Regis, I think the contention, from some people, I think Dan Raphael put out a tweet saying he thinks it was not legal because you hit him towards the back/kidney. Do you refute that still?
To the back, I saw the replay. I mean, I hit him. I was in the back. I don't know. I mean, I saw the replay. It looked like it was a clean shot to me. So I don't know what Dan is talking about. I got to see it again, see if it was low or not. But for me, I thought it was. You know, I looked at the replay on the big screen, and it looked like I hit him right in the stomach.
And finally, from me, I saw you put out on Instagram some posts about this fight. You got some support from an unlikely supporter, Adrian Broner, who you're looking to fight next. Was it nice getting that support from Adrian? And is that fight coming up next?
Hopefully so. I mean, we could talk to management and, you know, in Triller, hopefully, you know, me and Adrian to make a super fight right here on Triller. I think that could be a possible next for me and him. So, yeah, you know, Adrian Broner, he always supported me. We always said we could fuck each other up, which I think I'm going to beat his ass. You know, but at the same time, it's good to, you know, get support from him.
Next up, Jeremy York.
Regis, congratulations on the win. Although, you know, they got to work out whether it's the knockout or not. But what do you take from this fight going forward? And is it that next fight that you just talked about, or is there something else that you want to get into?
I think that, like I said, I'm gonna talk to management and see what's up. But I think that me and Adrian Broner can make a super fight. I really think so. If me and him can be right back on Triller, and me and Broner, you know, like I said, he has a huge name, and you know, I kind of have a name, and I'm an explosive fighter, and we both talk a lot of shit. I'm gonna kick his ass, but I think that's a huge fight. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen next.
And then lastly, for me, you know, you seem like you didn't take a whole lot of damage. You guys did trade a lot in this, but how soon before you think you could be back?
Listen, bro, you look at my face. I didn't get hit. I think he hit me with a few jabs, but he didn't touch me. Like I don't think he touched. Ivan didn't touch me, and he fought after he felt that I was too quick for him and too strong. That he was fighting basically to survive. And the knockout when I hit him, well, they said when I hit him low, but when the fight ended is when that round, I think it was round 7, right? That's when I was starting to get to him. I put my hands up and I started hitting him. I started to walk him down. I started to press him, and I think that's why he quit.
Well, congratulations again, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Next up is Joe Lee.
Congratulations on your win, Regis. Straight after the fight, I saw you exchanging some words with Snoop. What exactly were you saying to him?
First, I called Mario. I know Mario Lopez, so I called him and I was like, bro. I was like, Mario, Al Bernstein and Mario, like, bro, what you think? They was like, man, that's clean, man. So that Snoop was like, hey, you won that fight. That was clean. That was a clean shot. So that was the main thing. You know, I'm just pissed off. I'm not even worried about winning the fight, bro. I know I was going to win, but I want that to be a knockout on my record. So hopefully they change that because that wasn't a low shot.
The commentary team were definitely on your side, and I think a lot of people on Twitter and else was as well. What do you make of the whole event as a whole? Because backstage, there's been loads of performances, loads of social media noise being made. What do you make of the whole fight week? How different is it being to others?
I love this Triller event, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I fought on a lot of platforms before, and this is by far one of the best ones. You know, I mean, besides we had to wait a lot. They brought us here early, and we had to wait a lot in my dressing room, so we was here for a long time. But besides that, bro, like I mean, I love this platform. It's a great platform. and you know, all the celebrities in the house, people just walking around. My son is going crazy. He meet Justin Bieber and the Gorilla, all that. So he's going fucking nuts right now. And you know, I love this platform. It's great.
Brilliant. Appreciate your time.
Regis, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your famous line that we're gonna make money from? Jerry, we're on.
You're welcome, world. There you go to the outcome. Yeah.
You're muted.
Give me a second.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. Can you see?
All right. Ben, I'll get the first question in. It's from Donna Corby.
Ben, first off, I suppose the obvious question is correct stoppage?
I thought I was fine, but you know, whatever, that's his job. And if that's what he felt, that's what he did.
Is that for your combat sports career?
No, I'm gonna take about $1 million home in the bank and I'm gonna go coach some wrestling.
Ben, I just wanted to say, if you don't step into a cage or a ring again, thank you for all the great memories throughout your boxing MMA career, and congratulations on the gigantic payday.
You got it.
All right, next up is Euro Under King.
All right, Ben, the main question here is, do you think that Taylor and Dake can both pull away with Olympic gold medals this year?
I think the United States American wrestling team has, both on the women's side and the men's side, we have a lot of really good chances at medals. I mean, I think probably 4 or 5 in men's freestyle, and I mean, we have the opportunity to get 6 in women's freestyle, so it could go really well.
All right, thanks, Ben.
Okay, next up is Perfect Parlay Pursuit.
I can't. He's not in volume.
All right, next up is Joe Lee.
No, I'm here. Sorry. Ben, just wanted to ask real quick, what do you think about Cardano, specifically Charles Hoskinson?
I can't tell you anything about Charles Hoskinson. I can tell you Cardano's done really well by me because I bought it at 8 cents. And I don't know which smart contract platform is going to win out, but I think Cardano's doing a good job.
Okay, next up is Joe Lee.
Hi, Ben. In comparison to an MMA fight, I just wanted to know where your nerves were at going into the fight tonight.
I wasn't nervous at all because, you know, at the end of the day, my life doesn't change one way or the other. You know, in MMA, I was always pursuing or defending a world title, really. And, you know, today I was doing a fun boxing match. And if it turned out great, then great. And if it turned out shit, then my life is the same. So there were really no nerves whatsoever.
And just quickly, was it true about 6ix9ine asking to walk you out tonight?
That is true. And Tyron and then 2 people after him said, no way, Jose.
Okay. Commiserations, and hopefully we'll see you back again soon.
I will not be back again. She'll come to wrestling
in any sort of cage.
I will not be in any sort of cage.
All right, next up is Jeremy York.
Well, obviously, Ben, probably didn't quite go the way you wanted it to, obviously. No. But like you said, this wasn't going to impact the legacy of Ben Askren. You've done so many great things up until this point, so many more great things to come up. Well, the obvious question, what is next? Is it coaching? Is it, you just said maybe not in a fight capacity. Is it coaching now?
Yeah, I'm just going to continue with my life as it was, podcasting and coaching, and that's kind of what I told you guys all I was going to do. I mean, it is unfortunate. I really did think I could do better. It's, yeah, that was not fun.
Well, either way, thanks for coming out. Hopefully you enjoyed our city, and we look forward to seeing you down the road, and good everything going forward.
Cool.
Okay, next up is Boxing Social.
Ames here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Ben, unfortunately, with the loss and the way it went down, there'll be a level of ridicule that comes with it undeservedly. Were you prepared for that coming in, and what's coming essentially?
Probably deserved.
Why do you feel that way?
I got knocked out by Jake Paul. It's fucking embarrassing.
Like you look very stone-faced and like it hasn't really phased you, but I'm just wondering, like behind that, how are you feeling emotionally?
I don't really give a shit. There's some pizza waiting in my hotel room. I'm gonna go eat that. I'm gonna go fly home and hang out with my kids tomorrow. And on Monday, I'll probably be at wrestling practice.
And finally, like, I know it sounds trite, and you could probably say, well, you got hit with a knockout punch, but what really went wrong tonight?
You know what? I heard my coach, Mike, he was saying I was definitely overreacting to his feints, and that was probably, that was the beginning of the end. I probably shouldn't have reacted that hard to the feints. And, if that ref would have let me grapple a little longer, maybe that would have helped out a little bit, but hey, there's no excuses, right? I got in a fucking boxing match, and it didn't go so well.
Next up is Gabriel Gonzalez.
Hey, Ben. First off, just can you explain that moment, you get up from the knockdown? What exactly did you say to the ref? What did he say to you? Because we're all seeing and we're like, what the heck was that? Can you tell us what exactly happened?
Fine. I said, I'm fine. And he said, no, you're not. And I said, no, I am. And he said, no, you're not. And then he stopped it. And then, he's in charge. And so I can't really debate him that much.
Compared to other hits you've taken, the Robbie fight, Robbie Lawler, anything else? More hurt, less hurt? What was it?
I don't really feel any pain, but I guess it caused me to fall down. So that's not good.
Okay, next up is Daniel Bittman.
Hey, Ben. We all know two things. One, you're a world-class athlete. And number two, we know that you've had to answer pretty much the same question every time and that you're going to do the same thing, win or lose. Do you think that calm nature had anything to do with the loss tonight, not bringing enough adrenaline into it?
No, I fought as hard as I could. I trained as hard as I could, right? Given the fact that I was sitting on the couch for 16 months, they said, let's fight. I said, okay. I started training right away. Given the amount of time, I got into as good a shape as possible. And I took it seriously. I was very disciplined in my training, so I don't really, I have no excuses, right? And like I said, I was very comfortable going in there. I don't know. I just got hit with a hard punch, I guess.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben, for a great career.
Yep, appreciate it.
Next up is Hans Themistode.
Hey, Ben. So, I really wanted to know, obviously since you just lost, do you kind of respect him now?
No,
skill set?
I don't.
No.
I don't, because I want to see him get in the fight, and I'm sorry I let you down. I didn't get to get in the fight with him. He hit me early. As I said, that's when you respect someone, is when you see what they're made of. And, I was hoping that you guys would get to see that tonight, and then I let a lot of people down because they didn't get to see that.
Well, that kind of follows me up to my next question. Do you feel like you let the MMA community down? Because, it was a boxing ring, and I guess technically you did say that he's not.
I didn't let the MMA community down. I let the world down. People fucking hate Jake Paul, and they wanted to see me make him miserable, and I didn't do that. So I didn't let the MMA community, I let the world down.
And if I could just ask you this one last thing, obviously you were in MMA. If there's one person from MMA kind of around his weight class, who was that guy that you would kind of nominate? Tyron Woodley?
I would love Tyron to whoop him up. Tyron wants to fight Oscar De La Hoya, but I would love for Tyron to fight Jake Paul. I mean, he's a significantly better boxer than I am. So, yeah, that would be my guy.
Gotcha. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Got it.
And next is Paul Gant, Go For It Radio.
Ben, how are you, sir?
Good.
So what do you see in terms of Jake Paul and his future in boxing? Do you think there is a
future? I don't give
future?
a shit about Jake Paul. Next question.
Have a nice night.
You got it.
Ben, thank you.
Yep. Have a good day. Peace.
All right.
Ben.
I need water. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Ready, Jerry?
Please sit.
Ready.
You're in front of it. You want to
Can they lower it?
Doesn't?
Yeah, it does. Just make it quick, Jim. You can sit. Move yours.
Yeah, there we go. I used to be a camera guy.
See? So much for not lowering. He's in it. Okay, Jerry.
Hold
All
on.
right.
No, not yet. I need to make sure I look good.
You're there. All right, we're on.
All right. First question is for Joe Lee.
Congratulations, Jake. You've now beaten 2 YouTubers, a professional athlete in Nate Robinson, now a professional MMA fighter in Ben Askren. Is the next logical step for you to fight a professional boxer?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna do whatever I want, honestly. I feel like I'm living in a dream right now. And honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be doing good at these interviews right now because I've had so much on my mind in the past 10 days and I've had to hold it together. I've had to persevere through a lot of hard shit, allegations, death. The list goes on, and I don't know what's next for me, man. I've been going for 14 months, fighting 3 times. I talked a lot of shit. Look, I don't know what's next, man. I'm gonna just enjoy my life for a second.
Next up, Euro under King.
Now, Jake, we don't know what's next, but a lot of people have been calling you out in terms of fighting Joe Fournier earlier in the night, Dylan Dennis, and also Tyron Woodley in the corner of Ben Askren tonight. I know you don't know what's next in terms of the things that have happened in your life recently, but could you pinpoint any one of these carriers in this?
I honestly don't even know who those people are. And please don't ask me any dumb questions.
Next up, Donna Corby.
Jake, congratulations on a great result. After the fight, you were clearly very emotional in the ring. Of course, like you mentioned, an insane 10 days. Obviously, the passing of Shadow clearly affected you throughout the week. Could you talk to us about that moment, just yourself on your knees in the ring?
Look, when Shadow passed away, it was one of the weirdest, difficult things I had to deal with in my life. I still haven't processed it. I still haven't dealt with it. It's hard, man. It's hard. And I had to hold it together as a warrior for my team and focus on the mission ahead. And Shadow told me the whole entire time, he said, you're going to get him in the first round. I've had visions. I've had dreams. When you knock him out in the first round, we're going to get it tattooed. And I had to suppress all my emotions. I had to stay focused. When I got the W, it just all sort of set in, and this one is truly for him, man. This guy is a legend, and he had my back 24/7, and I wish he was here to experience this moment with me, man. And that's sort of why it's just surreal. I feel like my life is a movie. I can't believe it. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. And I know he's watching down right now. And he's like, I got your fucking back for the rest of your life, brother. And I don't know what to say. Like, it's been hard for all of us, for real. But he's here with us. I felt his energy. He gave me goosebumps right before the fight. And rest in peace, Shadow. Forever he will live. Forever he will be there protecting me. And man, like, this is just surreal. This is history in the making.
Next up, Hans Femistode.
Hey, what's going on? So I know that you expected to knock Ben out in the first round. A lot of people expected you to win also. But when you fought Nate Robinson and you took him out pretty easy, and then you fought Ally, Edson, Gibb, you took him out easily. Did you kind of expect the same thing with Askren, where you thought you were going to take him out with like one shot, or did you kind of expect him to just be at least a little more resilient?
I mean, I said it the whole time. I said this fight's going to be easier than Nate Robinson. And no one believed me, per usual. At one point, I was the underdog as a betting favorite. I'm not going to let y'all forget that. I was the underdog. That sounds crazy, but I was the underdog. And I knew it was going to be easier because Nate Robinson was weird. He fought like a random guy on the street. Like, I don't know. I knew Ben was going to sit there like a typical MMA fighter and just have no head movement, and his body was going to be wide open. And I'm just too powerful. The cows in Ohio produce a different type of protein. And when I'm sitting there baling hay since a 10-year-old, I just got some real thick shit in my arms.
Next up, Michael Woods.
Hey, that was a hell of a right hand you threw. Did you know, Jake, when you threw it, that it was going to have that level of impact? And did you set him up? Do you remember what happened in that final sequence?
I set him up for sure. I was going to the body the whole fight. I was barely hitting him. My check hook was fucking him up, but I was setting him up the whole time. I was saving the right hand for that moment because I knew he wouldn't see it coming. And my coach in the corner was like, "Don't load up, don't load up." That's what he told me the whole camp. Don't load up, don't load up. But I was like, this guy's a joker. This guy's a joker. I'm loading up right now, coach. Sorry.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, that's the last question.
Yeah, guys, I'm out of fucking breath. My voice is gone. I need like 4 more shots. I love you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Mm-hmm.